In America, your tax bill depends on how much you earn and how you earn it and how much you can write off and how many kids you have and how good an accountant you have in some cases. But most people still expect rich people to pay more than ordinary people. And that explains the backlash to this statement yesterday from GOP presidential frontrunner Mitt Romney.
What's the effective rate I've been paying? Well, it's probably closer to the 15% rate than anything, because my last 10 years, my income comes overwhelmingly from investments made in the past rather than ordinary income, or rather than earned annual income. I got a little bit of income from my book, but I gave that all away. And then I get speaker's fees from time to time, but not very much.
Okay, first of all, when Romney says not very much, this is what he means: $374,327, and don't forget the 62 cents. That's how much he says he earned giving speeches in 2010 and early 2011. But now back to taxes. Newt Gingrich says everybody should pay what he calls Romney's rate, and points out that his tax plan would let us. He also says he personally paid a 31% rate last year. Take that, Mitt. My next guest finds many things to criticize about candidate Romney, but his tax bill isn't one of them. Andrew Roth is Vice President of Government Affairs for Club for Growth, which champions limited government, low taxes, and economic freedom. Andrew, nice to see you. Make your case, if you will, for venture capitalists, as Romney was, paying a lower tax rate than, say, middle-class plumbers.
Well, here's a shocker, is that Romney's not doing anything illegal. All American taxpayers have the same opportunity to do exactly what he did. If we work hard, save, and invest, we'll get the capital gains tax rate that Romney pays, which is 15%. All of us can do it. All of us should aspire to do it. And because the capital gains tax rate is lower than the wage tax rate is for a lot of Americans, it's a good incentive to invest and to save. So it's a great thing that we have a low tax rate, and we should lower it even further.
Let me play you a clip from a very famous rich guy who has an opposing view. Listen to this.
I think we should raise taxes on the very rich, and I think maybe we should cut taxes for the middle class, upper middle class, lower middle class.
Cut them more than the Bush tax cuts?
It could well be. I believe that in terms of we're taking in about 15 and a fraction % of GDP and income in the United States. That isn't enough. We're going to have to get more money from somebody. Now, the question is, do we get more money from the person that's going to serve me lunch today, or do we get it from me? I think we should get it from me.
That was Warren Buffett speaking with CNN Money's Poppy Harlow. But, of course, I have to ask you, Andrew, doesn't he have a point?
No, I don't think so. I mean, first of all, he's not talking about the economic effects of higher tax rates that will hurt the economy, especially when we're in a recession. Second is, it's not going to hurt Warren Buffett a bit, because he's already made his wealth. What about a lot of people who are trying to build their wealth that could get hit by these taxes, or have the incentive not to earn a lot of money because they would get hit by those tax rates? And third, I mean, let's just face it, it's just not bad politics. It's raising taxes is not a good idea. People don't want higher taxes. It may play well to do a class warfare idea, but overall it's just a bad idea.
So you like Mitt's tax plan for himself, Mitt Romney's plan, but generally speaking, your group isn't really a fan of his. Why is that?
Well, Romney's tax plan is not that good. He may be the front runner, but out of all the candidates' tax plans, he gets last place because it's very uninspiring. All he wants to do is extend the Bush tax cuts and then lower the corporate tax rate down to 25%. We can do a lot better than that. We can get rid of a lot of loopholes that both Democrats and Republicans want to get rid of, and we can lower rates down to 25, 20%, get rid of the capital gains rate so we can create wealth and build factories and create more R&D and create a lot more jobs. And he's not doing that. He's got a lot of ways to go before he can get the support of a lot of pro-growth conservatives.
Whose plan do you like, and has Club for Growth endorsed anyone?
Well, we think that we have not endorsed anybody. The Club for Growth is taking an educational role when it comes to the presidential race. We've got white papers that we've written on all of the candidates where we examine their records on all of the economic issues: taxes, spending, regulation, free trade. Your viewers can see it at www.clubforgrowth and get rid of the capital gains tax rate. That's an excellent plan, and I wish more people knew about it and would respond accordingly.
Andrew Roth, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate that.
Thanks for having me.
Bad weather in Italy is spelling bad news for the rescue efforts happening now.